Good morning, good afternoon, good people. Listen, I got a bit of information. Put it like that. I was, I've been out and about for a couple of weeks, and I've been talking to a lot of people. I've been kind of enjoying myself, but when you go out, you people introduce themselves to you. You get an opportunity to meet a lot of people. People are very, very friendly here in the Philippines. That's one thing for sure and two for certain. Uh, Filipinos, Filipinas, expats, unless they got a chip on their shoulder, they will communicate with you. They will talk to you. So I happened to meet a couple of people in particular that discuss the same or particularly the same scenario situation whereby which they felt that they were in love with their mate. I met the one man and his spouse, and I can tell you that they're a gorgeous couple, and she is very attractive. She's very friendly. His wife is a jokester. She has a good sense of humor. She tells jokes. She's very funny, outgoing, and charismatic type of person. And he as well. They seem to be a very perfect match. He admits that, basically that, that's what he's been looking for, and she's it. And he enjoys her. But he told me something that kind of shocked me, but didn't shock me. It shocked me because he says that basically she's all he's been looking for, all he's ever wanted, and he feels uncomfortable in the relationship at times. So how do you have everything you want and yet you feel uncomfortable? I'm gonna tell you, good people, man, listen, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and the damn rooster crow. Okay, but anyhow, check this out. Uh, he says that she's so affectionate and so caring and so emotional, etc., etc. And at some points, that kind of uh, makes him feel a little off. He says he becomes uncomfortable. So long story short, uh, he more or less was telling it to me like as if to say, "Hey, old man," like this guy's like in his 50s. He's a younger guy, you know, and as far as I'm concerned, he's a younger guy, and so the way he ran it to me, it made me feel like he was asking me for some advice. Now, I usually don't offer nobody no advice in relationships, you know. If they ask me about a particular situation or something, I may say, man, be careful because that sounds like a scam. But here he was asking for relationship advice. And so I was a little hesitant, but, you know, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's like he really doesn't have a problem with his relationship. It's not his relationship, it's something that he has to work on in regards to himself. Why did I say that? Simply because he said that she was everything that he's been looking for. She is everything that he has always wanted in every aspect: cleaning, cooking, affection, sexiness, good looks, humor. He says she's everything and then some. So why is he having this problem? Good people, this is something you need to take heed to. It may not be in your situation that you feel uncomfortable because she's too affectionate, but it may be something else that you're getting that you've always wanted, and now that you've got it, you're afraid because some people what are afraid of success. When I say afraid of success, that means when you accomplish what you set out to do, some people are afraid of that. Some people get almost to accomplishing it and then they destroy it. They do something to mess it up. Because why? They're afraid of being successful. They only know how to fight, fight, fight to get to where they think they want to be. And once they almost there, they flop, they fold because they're not used to being in the situation that they want to be in. Make sense? What are we talking about? We're talking about being successful, but being afraid of success. Finding yourself in a relationship that's not conducive to what you want, and yet you have the ability to leave, but you don't leave. Because why? You're afraid that if you leave, you won't get another relationship, etc., etc. And so you stay afraid of success. However, when you get what you want and it becomes a, a feeling that you can't cope with, it's because you've achieved success and you're afraid of success. So I advised the young man, and I say young man because he's in like his 50s. I advised the young man, I says, listen, man, whenever you're feeling like that, just stay in the moment and for a brief second, think about, focus on what it is that you're thinking about. What's your thoughts? If you can, write them down somewhere. And then what I'm going to suggest you do is stay in the moment. Don't focus on those thoughts. Stay in the moment. Enjoy your relationship. Then go back and look at those things that you wrote down that were on your mind. 9 times out of 10 is going to be issues that relate to fear. It's going to be issues that relate to you achieving what you wanted to achieve, and yet you feel that you're not warranted that type of success. That something bad is going to eventually happen, and you're going to shield yourself from it. When you're in a situation where you know that it's no good for you, with a foreigner in a different country, and you know that situation is no good for you, and yet you refuse to leave or you're hesitant to leave, focus on why you won't leave. Then do the thing that's successful for you. If the situation is no good for you, get out of the situation regardless. Live in the moment. You feel me? When you abandon that no good relationship and start living in the moment, that's when you're going to realize and you're going to visualize your actual potential for real success. Even if you thought that in a bad relationship you were successful, because there's some foreigners who come here and get in bad relationships and they don't get out of them, they stay, believe it or not, simply because a bad relationship here is better than a so-called good relationship in the USA. Okay? So know that in both cases, if it's emotional, physical, live in the moment, stay in the moment, regurgitate what your fearful thoughts was later, and then start reprogramming your thoughts. Start aiming yourself towards living a successful life, living your dream, feeling that you're worthy to live your dream. You don't have to appease anyone, appease yourself. This is your fourth quarter. You don't have to live for no one. You don't have to live to make no one else happy. You don't have to live to satisfy no one else. Make yourself happy, okay? And you don't need to worry about, is the relationship going to last? Is it successful? All of those negative thoughts. I heard from the brother today. He said I was pointed. I want you guys to tell me what you think. If you've ever been in that type of a situation, if you know somebody that's been in that type of situation, let me know. I want to hear about it, you know. Or if you're a Filipino and you have a relationship and that's the way your man is responding to you, like, you know, he has some withdrawals, he's holding back, let me know. You see, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this subject because it's something that's, you know, a wound from bad relationships that people have been in, especially coming from the West. Take care, good people. God bless. One thing for sure, two for certain. We need to talk about this.